Didi. You see, and I miss being able to say yes indeedy, Didi.
I know, I miss that.
I wanted to say it every yes indeedy, Didi.
I was looking forward to you saying something. I was like, she's gonna do something funny.
So, okay, how do you feel now, a few days later?
I'm good. I'm great. You know, it was a fun ride. I'm really grateful. I'm really blessed, you know, to have gotten as far as I did in the first place. So. It was a cool experience, you know. It's kind of a little bit of a relief because it was not easy getting up in front of you all and singing and knowing that Simon was most likely going to come down on me on everything, and that was tough. I was like, I don't like getting critiqued every time I sing.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, it's really, really hard to stand there and to not just sing, but then afterwards, okay, tell me all. All about it.
I always wanted to skip that part.
Yeah, right.
Just move on.
I'll suggest it next year. I'm new to it, but maybe next year I'll suggest that there's no judges.
Yeah.
Now, were you surprised? Because the whole thing about the saving thing to me is weird too, because you know, you're singing. It's not hard enough that you just were told that you're leaving, but now sing for your life, and we're supposed to deliberate and watch you and decide if we're saving you or not, which is another level of rejection.
Right.
And did you think that you were going to get saved, or how did you feel?
I didn't know. I was hoping I would, because I know that this week was my favorite of all, Lennon-McCartney, and I'm like the biggest Beatles fan. So that was rough. I just wanted to be there. But I told myself earlier in the day that I felt like I was going to be in the bottom 3 anyway, and I was just like, you can be okay with whatever happens. This is a platform, regardless of whether you stay or you go. I was hoping you all would save me.
Yes.
But,
yeah.
Anyway.
It's a very hard thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing is hard. And then you said, you told me today that you were going to sing either Blackbird or
Across the Universe.
Yeah, Across the Universe.
And I was watching the show last night, and I'm like, oh, you said the 2 songs that I was going to sing. I'm like, well, at least Ellen would have liked it.
Right. Well, I did. I told you I was a fan.
Yeah.
And I think what's really hard, and I think it's really hard when you show such range and show that you can sing lots of different styles. It is very risky, and I think Mike Lynch has that same problem of, like, there's always a problem of when you so many different styles, people are like, well, then who are you? You know, when you're establishing yourself, you need to kind of hone in on one thing. And so the amount of talent you had ultimately hurt you because you were so you were so good, and then we're like, but then what, you know? But anyway, but you're fantastic, and you know it. It's just a different route. You just take a different road now.
Well, I know what kind of record I want to do, and I know what I'm aiming for. I just figured, since I was going to be on TV in front of, you know, 30 million people, I'm like, well, I'm just going to show you know, I'm like, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to show that I can do that, and and I have all different sides to me, and I felt almost too like I was being, you know, conveyed as this really sweet, emotional, like really, really crybaby. I was a crybaby, and I was like, I'm not a crybaby, not all the time.
I don't think so. And now, speaking of the crybaby thing, did you feel pressure when Ryan, after you sang that song, Ryan, I don't know if you remember, but Ryan kept pushing, saying you sang that song for a reason, and you didn't want to say the reason.
I didn't want to talk about, well, yeah, because I didn't want to cry on stage again, and I felt like, you know, that had already been, you know, in the very first package during my audition. You know, they talked about Rebecca, they talked about my friend that passed away, and I didn't want in any way to, like, disrespect my friend and kind of talk about it on a live show. You know, I am going to pursue her music regardless, but I didn't feel comfortable talking about it on live TV, and it was just, I just didn't want to talk about it, you know?
I think Ryan was pushing you because I think that song was so important to you, and I think he was trying to help you to say, and a lot of people don't watch all of the shows, so maybe they didn't know that your friend had passed away, and so I think he was trying to give you some help with people knowing, oh, she sang that for her friend. But I don't think he was trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, that, and well, I didn't really want, like, I felt like there was kind of this whole, like, sympathy vote thing going on too, and I was like, I wanted to be fair, you know, at all times to everybody, and I didn't want people to vote for me because they felt bad, you know what I mean? I wanted them to vote because they thought it was a good performance, and they got the message through the song. Like, I conveyed that through singing the song, which is over dramatic, according to Simon.
Yeah, well,
it was supposed to be that way. It was a dramatic time in my life, and that's what I was trying to convey through that song, not through a conversation after the song. You know?
All right. Well, the good news is you're here, and we get to listen to you sing again.